No law, no oversight. If cities don't have booting regulations in place by September, drivers could be in trouble. Lawmakers have deregulated booting because the state hasn't been doing much enforcement. They want to instead give cities that authority. We discovered time is ticking away for local leaders to take action.
Tomorrow, the Urban Transportation Commission will hear Austin's plan, but reaching out to a dozen surrounding cities. KXAN investigator Kylie McGivern found that many aren't even aware it will soon be up to them to make sure private booting companies can't charge you whatever they want. Kylie.
Well, one of the biggest complaints we've heard is how expensive it is to get a boot taken off your car. We're talking $150 in parking lots like this. That's because unlike towing, booting companies have no limit on how much they can charge. None, which is why many fear that could grow out of control unless cities like Austin get something in place fast. Drive through West Campus and you'll likely miss it. The parking lot Sean calls a gold mine for people booting.
It's a quick 150 per minute, it seems like. So these companies are making a gross amount of money.
Look a little closer on West 24th and you'll see the warnings. Don't park next door, not even for 10 seconds. And you know what?
I think it's obscene.
That's about all it took for Sean's daughter to get a boot on her car, she said, when she thought this parking lot also covered this building.
And as soon as my daughter walked away and they were standing in front of her car, they put it on her car.
Sean asked that we only use her first name to help protect her identity from those booting. People, she says, should be required to present an ID.
The police department, their hands are tied apparently, and no one's doing anything about it. These companies are just rogue.
Right now, it's the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation that oversees booting companies, at least the ones they're aware of, like Central Towing, a company Joe Santiago took over at the beginning of the year. The same company, it turns out, that booted Sean's daughter.
As we're talking about this, you're probably not everyone's favorite person. You run a booting company. Why are you willing to sit down and talk about this?
Because someone needs to talk about it and get in front of it. You know, someone needs to defend the businesses that need the parking spaces. It just needs to be regulated, and that's where the problem lies. It's not regulated properly.
For one, he says, there needs to be more signage for customers.
If you really want to protect them, then put a sign that says exactly who the parking is for and what is going to happen. Your car's going to get booed or towed immediately, you know, the fee, and it should be a different sign than the towing sign.
Beyond that, the city wants to make booting operators clearly identifiable in any given lot, lower and cap booting fees.
So if you're driving a Mercedes or a Range Rover and I want to charge you $500, I can. If I want to charge you $20, I can.
And implement background checks.
Just like you do with the tow drivers, you want to make sure that when somebody represents or you're dealing with somebody, you don't have to worry about their past history.
With that, Commander Eric Meese knows a greater workload will fall to his department.
We're just going to reassign some people to try to help get all the background checks done.
Though booting complaint numbers filed against the state have been low, we found disciplinary action taken against booting and towing companies is up across Texas, from 225 cases in 2015 to 370 last year. Work Austin will now take on as Sean takes her concerns to city leaders.
What they're doing is just so unethical to me. They should wear uniforms. And if they're right there where the car is parking, they should be required to give some kind of notification.
The idea is for the Austin Police Department to partner with the Austin Transportation Department moving forward. Both would respond to complaints. We'll be at the Urban Transportation Commission meeting tomorrow, where APD is expected to recommend a $50 cap on booting, something one company told us could create an incentive for businesses to move elsewhere and charge what they want. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Kylie. Remember, enforcement switches over to cities starting in September. And we've discovered right now, since the state's starting to remove its control, there's confusion about which companies are currently licensed.
The state tells us if a company like Central Towing has an expired booting license, it's not supposed to operate. But in a letter, the state wrote it ceased all licensing and enforcement efforts based on the passing of this law. And it extended all active booting licenses until the end of August. This idea came to us through a tip. If there's something you want us to investigate, send us an email to report it at KXAN.com.